Good morning and welcome to yet another edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio for the Newsfirst team. I'm Dithmini De Silva.
Newsfirst headline.
In local news, intelligence units investigate people with ISIS links in Sri Lanka. Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone relics exhibition to open from noon today. Several requests to invalidate local government nominations, says State Minister Wakkumbura. In news overseas, more than 20 treated for spinal injuries after turbulence hits flight. And in cricket, USA on shock series win over Bangladesh ahead of T20 World Cup. The news in detail. Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Tennakon says a comprehensive investigation was launched regarding people in Sri Lanka who have links with the ISIS terrorist organisation. He says directives were issued to intelligence units and the Terrorism Investigation Division in this regard. A committee was recently appointed based on the instructions of the IGP to investigate the Sri Lankans arrested in India with suspected links to the ISIS. The committee operates under the direct supervision of the DIG in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department. In more local news, today marks the second day of the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone. Vesak is the most sacred day to millions of Buddhists around the world. It was on the day of Vesak that the Buddha was born, attained enlightenment and passed away. The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone was officially declared open yesterday by the Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Santosh Jha. The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone will be open from noon today at the MTV MBC head office premises at Braybrook Place, Colombo 2. Devotees visiting the Sirasa Vesak Zone will have the rare opportunity to pay reverence to sacred relics, including the Sarvajna relics and the Agashravaka relics of Sariputta and Moggallana. The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone will remain open on Saturday and Sunday as well. The Vesak Zone centered around the Kuragala Raja Mahaviharya will also continue for the second day today. In other local news, State Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Government Janaka Wakkumbura says several requests were made by many parties to invalidate the nominations submitted for the local government elections. State Minister Wakkumbura says the local government election cannot be held as 4 court cases are being heard regarding the election. He says the decision was reached to consider the postponement of the local government election following the conclusion of the ongoing legal proceedings against it. The State Minister says the matter was discussed in the Cabinet recently.
International news.
The head of a Bangkok hospital has said more than 20 people who were on a Singapore Airlines flight hit by severe turbulence are in intensive care with spinal injuries. A 2-year-old child is among those in hospital in the Thai capital, where the flight from London made an emergency landing on Tuesday. The airlines had overall 46 passengers and 2 crew members were still receiving treatment in Bangkok. Singapore Airlines flight SQ321 from London to Singapore encountered severe turbulence on Tuesday, leading to the death of 73-year-old British man Jeff Kitchen and injuring dozens of others.
Sports news.
The United States have defeated Bangladesh by 6 runs to win their second 2020 international and claim a shock victory in the 3-match series in Houston, Texas. Chasing a modest 145 to win, Bangladesh were well placed at 78 for 2 before losing their last 8 wickets for 60 runs to crash to defeat 2 days after losing the opening match by 5 wickets. Fast bowler Ali Khan claimed 3 for 25 for the home side, while Bangladesh skipper Najmul Hossain Shanto and former captain Shakib Al Hassan were their team's main run makers in a total of 138. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio for the Newsfirst team. I'm Dithmini De Silva.